clicked on go live again. All right, we should be live now. Let me quickly refresh this. Awesome. Yeah, perfect. All right, everyone. Whoever joins me here later or now, you're most welcome. Let's get started. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably start with some context on what we want to do today, and then we will go ahead. Okay, so that's a simple reminder. Yes, give me 1 second. What I will need to do is I will have to share this link with everyone so that they can join and then we can start. Also, one thing we can do is move around OBS. Okay, cool. So today what we need to do is basic stuff, nothing much. We'll need to finalize the DB support and then we'll go forward and just make sure that it's released so that others can use. All right. Cool. Maybe I'll just keep the YouTube chat open in case anyone wants to talk. Otherwise, anyways, we need to start. So we can't really wait. So what's the current stage of it, right? Let's kind of discuss about it. I do this always. Cargo build release, just in case if you're forgetting anything. This is done. Target release. This is there. Invalid input. We already changed it to an enum. So this now will be file or authors, right? This time it gives me a file. The problem with this approach is that it will store everything in over here. And if you see, you have already for 2 lines of code. But if I would have run this, if I would run this with algo loc.rs, then this, I think, maybe I can just start from, yeah, this is going to be huge if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So we're already 6,359 lines of code. Hi, Mama. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. You're the most consistent viewer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What's up? Anyways, so this is getting huge, right? The JSON file is getting huge. So what we want to do is instead, let's go to algo.loc.rs, right? Or maybe actually let's start with db.rs, right? What I want to do is I want to store this in a way that the database is structured and it's not really into a single file. So I want to really make sure that data is in this form. I think I have already a design issue opened about it. So let me quickly open that and we can talk about it. There are lots of projects that we need to wrap up. So I will try to be quick in this one. I have delayed this for quite a while. Hey, hi Yatharth. Mama Yatharth is saying namaste to you. Hi Yatharth, thank you so much for joining. How have you been? Long time. How's your brother? कहाँ हो अभी? Are you in Ujjain or are you in Mumbai, Pune, Singapore, Australia, Nepal, Pakistan, Bhutan? Where are you? And how are things here? How's your new job treating you? I hope it's treating you well. Perfect. Meanwhile, I'll just quickly say that. So this is what I want, right? Probably. So, not really. This is not what I would like. Yeah, I think we had a redesign here. So the problem over here is, right, for example, I'll tell you what I want is whenever a file is being queried, what I want is it should be O of 1 in terms of which file to look at. If I go with this one, but the problem with this one is it's going to be O of n, where n is number of files. I'll go design for some days. Are nice here, nice. Shabash. Thank you, ma. This is nice here. उज्जैन में हो and how's your brother's health? इसको बोलो ध्यान रखने को यार. I told him not to get pregnant that early. Perfect. So like what I want to do over here is, for example, we have src path.rs. What I want is I want this to be the key instead, and each project. So what can ideally happen is we can create a mapping and we can say that each, yeah, this actually makes sense. Let's have it O of n, because having these many number of, It should be fine. No, it could be like 5,000 files, right? Then it's again huge. So I don't want to get there. What we can do is, what we can do instead is have a project, right? And yeah, let's have a DB for each project separately, right? Because I think that makes sense. And whenever we have that, we will go ahead and create it. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Let's start simple. So where are we actually? So we have DB file name, current data, and DB file path. So instead of this, what I want is DB file name needs to be there for sure. Instead of this, let's have two pub. Okay, actually, what you know what? Let's start with a whole new implementation. I don't think I'm really happy with this one. Cool. Okay. So let's do X. Why can't I do split? Yeah, there you go. Right. So, and I don't need the left window, so I can just get rid of this one. Awesome. So what I want to do over here is, let's start, right? I want a DB and derive default for me. What I want is, I would definitely need there are two things I will need, right? One is the index and the other is the folder path, right? And also the current line. So one constant will be there, which will be limit. Okay. And so whenever you cross that limit, so another file will be created, so that no single file should be crossing that limit, right? Because you don't want to have a JSON file of MBs and then kind of load into the memory. That's going to be very hectic on the system. So you'll definitely need the index, you'll definitely need the folder path, and you'll definitely need the current limit, or maybe just total lines. I'll just have current lines. Okay. So this will have the number of lines that the JSON-DB have right now. Okay. So what I can do is I can start with index, right? And have index as an int. What will index do is, it's not, sorry, int, it's I32. What this will basically do is, let's say the file name is db0.json, then it will be db1.json, so that you just need know how to iterate, right? That's it. And then you have pub folder path, right? And let's have it as a string. I don't see a problem here. Current lines, let's have it as an integer as well. You know what? Yeah, this is fine. We'll need actually, u32, because it's anyways going to be greater than or equal to 0. So that is wise, and let's have this as u32 as well. Cool. This looks good, right? Constant we need. We'll define a constant later on. But let's actually start using this, right, somewhere, so that it's tested. Where are you using db.rs? db, yeah, somewhere around here. It's array db. I can't do control V, is it? No, this is crazy. Why? Yeah, this was, of course. Oh, I need to change the copy paste. Yeah. Anyways, okay. I'll just open it here, right? So let's use create db new db, and let's define it in the here main.rs probably. Yeah, this is done. Where were we? algo.loc.rs. What's the problem? Cool. We will just go with this one, right? Okay. It's an unused import, but what does it give me? It gives me an opportunity to just test my. Okay, anyways, I'm not going to use it for now, right? So that's it. That's how my DB is going to look like, and this is what I want as well. So let's use this instead. Okay, and let's get rid of this, right? So we will see wherever this DB is used, and we'll have to change it, right? So of course, first of all is we need to implement some methods. What have we implemented right now, and then we'll try to move on from there. Of course, you need to load the JSON file. I am just doing a single threaded function over here. which I'm okay with it right now, because anyways I'm passing a limit to it. So whenever the JSON file crosses that limit, I will have to change that file. So it's okay to load it once, and then we'll see what to do. Hi Saurabh, good morning. Yeah, good morning. What's up? I just thought to do something before India plays finals against China, so that I don't feel the regret of wasting my time. Read to string. DB file path I don't need. So this time, see, how will you define what's a DB file path, right? That's important. So I will just say DB file path is basically when you combine the folder path, right? And then you also combine the. All right, yeah, should be back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, right? So I'm back. Yeah, awesome. I'm sorry, there's something going terribly wrong with OBS today. It keeps saying reconnecting and all. Anyways, okay. So where was I? So we need to do stored fs read to string, but with what, right? We need, let's have this instead of mismatch types. Of course, this is an int u32. So can I do as star? Does this generally work? Oh yeah, it's primitive type. Okay. So I can just do dot to string to string dot as star. This is not good. Let's ask ChatGPT about it, what they have to say, right? In Rust, better way to do this. Cell.index is u32. In Rust, if you want to concatenate strings, it's often more efficient to use the format. Oh, is it? Okay. This is a more concise and readable way to concatenate strings in Rust and avoids the need to explicitly convert the u32 string using make sure cell is a string and or star for this code. If not, you may need to convert to string as well. Wait a minute. So will this really work? What they are saying is use format. Okay. Self.folder path. Self.index. Okay, this works. But how efficient is this compared to the method I shared above? As is okay. Compile time string formatting. Okay. Nice. Sounds good. Okay. So that means we can go ahead, right? Okay, awesome. Let's go back. Okay. So that's what they're suggesting us to use it, and that's what we're going to use. Good learning for today. Now next is of course read to string, right? Data buffers, right? So what you want to do is you want to read the whole file into a string. So what I'm going to do is cell dot, not self, but db file path dot. That's it, I guess. Right? One small thing. What I'll do is definitely I will check whether this is available or not, right? I hope this if db file path dot if path db file path, yeah, dot, what's the unwrapped, is it? Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, so this is what I want to use, right? So only if it exists, then only you try to load it. Otherwise, what I will like to do is else let data buffers equal to, and I also want to add a log that uh, file is really file doesn't exist. गुड मॉर्निंग ब्रो, गुड मॉर्निंग, व्हाट्सअप यार। अभी आई वाज टॉकिंग टू यथार्थ कि क्या हो गया भाई मोहित को। हाँ, अभी उठा। क्या हो क्या गया ब्रो? व्हाट हैपेंड टू यू माय फ्रेंड? आर यू ओके? मैं अभी यथार्थ को ही बोल रहा था, मैं कहा भाई उसको बोलो अभी अभी प्रेग्नेंट नहीं होना है ना? ऑसम। चलो, गुड टू हियर यार। ध्यान रखो ऐसा, ज़्यादा कूदा फांदी नहीं करने की, है ना? ऐसे आई मिस यूजिंग माई स्प्लिट कीबोर्ड। आंटी देखो क्या बात कर रही है। मम्मी थक चुकी है यार, मम्मी हार चुकी है कि इसका कुछ नहीं होने वाला, छोड़ो। शी हैज़ गिवन अप ऑन मी। One thing we'll have to do is we'll have to define folder path, and this will be, yeah, we'll just stay consistent with this, right? At least this one I don't mind using it. Okay, what am I doing? Yeah. मोहित, कल का फाइनल्स देखा? इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान स्क्वैश। और डिड यू वॉच वो अपना बैडमिंटन सेमीफाइनल्स? भाई मैंने दोनों मैच देखे, ठीक है, पैरेलल में लगा लगा के। इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान हॉकी मिस हो गया, मैं दौड़ने गया था, वरना वो भी देखता। भाई क्या जीती है इंडिया। बहुत नर्वस था मैं, स्क्वैश में तो बहुत ज़्यादा नर्वस था। बट एनीवेज, इंडिया वन, so that's a good thing. One thing we'll have to do is whenever you're initializing, right, so we'll have to do current lines equal to 0. You'll have to do self dot folder path equal to folder path, and all you need is self dot index. Yes, so we are missing index, we will mark it as 0. That's it, right? So what this does is, अरे बाबा इसको स्ट्रिंग में कन्वर्ट करो, एक्सपेक्टेड स्ट्रक्ट, इसको अनरैप करो, फिर टू स्ट्रिंग में कन्वर्ट करो। आई एम रियली क्यूरियस इफ देयर इज अ बेटर वे टू डू दिस। लेट्स आस्क चैट जीपीटी अबाउट दिस, राइट? क्योंकि आई डोंट थिंक दिस इज बेटर वे टू डू दिस। You guys can see this if you want. So I'm just asking better way to do this thing because this self.folder path. Okay. Avoid using unwrap multiple times. It can lead to runtime panics. Agree. When am I using it? Oh yeah, this is really bad. Why am I doing this, by the way? Simple home DI. Okay. You want to... okay, you want to do this. So I mean, there's no clean way to do it except that just checking whether it exists or not, right? नहीं ना, मैं सो गया था। अरे दिन में था भाई मैच, रात को नहीं था। तुम दिन में क्या सो रहे थे? दिन में कौन सोता है भाई? अनलेस ऑफ कोर्स, बट तुम्हारी तबीयत खराब थी तो मेक सेंस, बट स्टिल यार देखना चाहिए था। ओके, लेट्स जस्ट लुक एट दिस, राइट? सो व्हाट दे बेसिकली डूइंग इज getting the folder, db folder, assuming db folder is a string. Okay, from your config module, use the home dir function from the dir create to get the home directory. Yes, you get home dir. Okay, then you check whether it exists or not, else then you fail to determine the home directory. I don't want to do eprintln, I don't want to print to the log stream. What I want to do is I want to probably panic because you are not able to do it, but you remember that this is going to be used as an extension, so I will definitely want to log it instead and say that okay, this was not working, and the users can share the log with me in the issue, and then we can backtrack from there, right? So what I want to do is, okay, let's just follow this, right? Let's type it instead of copying and pasting. That's gonna teach us something at least. GC1J data. This is good. Then we do db folder equal to config db folder. Right, this is done. It's at stir. Okay. Then you do if let sum home equal to home dir. Okay. I'm using simple home dir, is it? What? So this also works, right? What's the... Okay, I think it already exists. So why did I use simple home dir, by the way? Let me see. Oh, I'm using... Okay. My bad. Okay, so I'm anyways using home dir from simple home dir. It's just that I didn't use the namespace, which is not okay to me. I want to use... I don't like skipping the namespaces sometimes. That's not good. Okay. Create a path for the home directory and then join it with the db folder. Makes sense. Let folder path equal to db home.join db folder. So this time you don't have to do unwrap because home already exists. So you have already unwrapped it in a way, right? Now if you do if let sum convert the path path to a string. Oh, again you are... This is equivalent to just doing that what I did, but instead of panicking, you are not... Folder path equal to path star dot to string. This is not what I wanted, but it's okay. To do add logging here. Okay. For now, I'll just say, okay, let's just do E. Until this failed. Cool. Hey, hi Khushi, hi, what's up? Good morning. Hello Mrs. Streamer. Sorry, Mrs. नहीं, Miss Streamer. अभी टाइम है तुम्हारी शादी को, बुलाना ज़रूर. Don't forget to invite me, my friend. Anyways, yeah, how are you? Good morning, yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me quickly get rid of this one. Let's hide this one. Minimize this one. Expected bang. Bang. It's quite weird. Quite weird. Anyways, I'm back, everyone. Hi, guys. I think there's something wrong with ACT internet today. And it's been for quite a while. But this is... It is what it is. It just reconnects and keeps happening. It's okay. We will survive through this phase as well. It's a part and parcel of life. बहुत बातें कर रहा हूँ मैं. Let's wrap this up. इसको क्या दिक्कत हुई? यहाँ पे आएगा, right? ये right, and this will be here. This array. Yeah, awesome. So this is done, right? What we need to do is array LSP client failed. It's okay. LSP client failed. We'll see. Anyway, so this folder path to string we don't need. Now this time we have already initialized cell.folder path over here. So this is all good. As you can see, we barely have any errors. I'll just show you the errors. Cannot find the DB type is the only error. Otherwise, everything else is a warning. So we are reaching to that stage where we are confident about the new design, which is still in the initial stage. So I'll be honest. Let me see if... Yeah, okay. All right, so what's next, right? What is the next thing we need to do? We need to do db.rs and we need to see what else do we have. So whenever we initialize a db, you also want to... So what this basically has done is, right, it has initialized the paths, but it has not really like if the file does not exist, we have not really created it, right? So what we'll have to do is, as you see that on the right, we are doing std fs create dir all. Let me highlight this for you, right? So this is very important. So if there's no folder, like whatever the folder path we had, if there's no folder, we need to create one. Right now, initialize all relevant folders of us, right? Let's get to dark plus and let's... Do you like this one or do you like this one? Well, for change, I'll just change the theme, okay? Sometimes when you get tired, you can use this. create dir all, and what we need to do is we need to pass the folder path. So I can just do cell.folder path. How about this? Instead of yeah, I definitely want to panic or just early return here because I don't want to do anything else. But I will definitely initialize. No, you don't even need to initialize this, right? If it's not existing. Yeah. This makes sense. Now, what I need to do over here is we need to do expect unable to create folder for, can I do format? Unable spelling is wrong. Congratulations. And what I can do is I can just do cell dot folder path. Right? And that's it. Expected star found string. Yes. What did you found? It's already a string. Yeah. Oh, consider borrowing. Okay. Why? Oh, it's a string, so you need to borrow it. It takes a reference, is it? It takes a, yeah, ampersand star, right? Okay. Nice, cool. Okay, so what do we have created on? So we have created the directories if they don't exist already. Now what we need to do is we need to check whether the path exists or not, and then we'll move it. So right, what I'll do after this is really create let file path. DB file path equal to, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna concatenate all this, right? Again, this okay, I can just do this time. I need to do cell.folder path, and I need to do cell.index. And what I need to do next is we need to check whether this exists or not, but for that you need to create a path objects, right? Let's create, I think, if let sum db file path equal to, sorry, db object equal to path new db file path dot, no, I don't think, yeah, I don't think it's really required. Yeah, if let is not required here. If let db object, cool, this is done, right? So you got the db, if db object dot exists, right? Then what you do is you check, okay, then if it doesn't exist, yeah, then you just copy this one, you don't need to write this one. So the weird thing I'm doing here is I'm storing the current data into the main memory, right? Which is probably not the best idea to go for right now. No. Okay, but we will. Cool. Yeah, current data we don't have right now. Hey, what's the guarded return, by the way? Okay. Why? No, I don't want to do that. Otherwise, I need to do cell current data equal to cell dot read, right? And this time, whatever the index will be, I will just go for that, right? Yeah, this makes sense, right? So this is only when I'm initializing the DB. And when am I initializing the DB? That's very important. So I will definitely need the project path to search for. If the project path is not in the current file, I will just replace that. So what I can have is in each DB, I can have current, like, list of all projects. And if my current project path exists in that DB, then only go for that. Otherwise, it just doesn't exist. Cool, that might make sense. That might actually make sense. But for that you need. But for that you need the project path. and getting the project path is sometimes not very easy. So we will have to do some work here. Hmm. Guys, is there some extra noise? Let me close the window. There's some people in my adjacent building and they're talking like very loud, which is not good. I hope people would consider that there are other people who are staying, but it's okay. Anyways, too much to expect from this generation. And actually, they are not from this generation. They are from the previous generation. They are not Gen Zs or millennials. They are 40, 50 years old who keep talking like anything. But it's okay. Anyways, can't really complain about it. So I don't want to store current data. That's my problem, right? When like I want to do it on the go. When am I doing in a DB, right? That's very important. Let's see when am I doing in a DB. Hmm. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, it's okay, right? It's not really acting like a server right now. It's like acting like a binary. So in that case, it's fine. What I would need is I need something gotta give it now. Because what you're doing is you're initializing the DB and you're always saying that okay, index is equal to 0, but you need to find that index. You need to search for that, right? You need to fight for it. That's the whole point. So how do you do that? One way to do it is probably go through each file and search for the index. Yeah, I think what I would need is instead of just saying that DB path is this, I need to ये तो गली तो गली. I don't know. I was trying to sing a song. Find index. Array. Find index. And I'll just say that, okay, can you please find the index for the current file? Will that work? When again, I forgot. What was it? What was it, guys? What were you searching for? We were searching for. Yeah, when is initdb called? Yeah, over here, main.rs is called 2 times whenever we call the author, and so whenever you're calling, basically you always have the access to um, getting the file. So what I can always say is that okay, you can assume that you will always have the file. Yeah, which might change in the future, and I'm getting to that rabbit hole where things might not change in the future. Okay, good learning, I would say. Anyways, what we need to do is we need to add a path, current file path, and we need to say it's a string or right, and we'll just say that okay, can you please find this current file path, right? What this really means is that you iterate through each file, you get that index where yeah, and now I need to figure this out. Yeah, I need to have a mapping. Yeah, definitely need to have a mapping. Mapping name. Yeah, I think I'll just have mapping file name, right, and just use it. So whenever you're doing this, you will have cell.mapping name is equal to mapping.json. Expected string. Why did I? Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Cool. So what I'm saying is you'll have pine index, current file path, right? And what you do is that will help us finding the file path. Okay. So what I can just go down here is, and I can not really pub. I think it's okay if it's private, right? You need the mute self, and you can have current file path, which is basically a star. And what you will need to do is you need to go to that mapping, you need to search for it and say that, okay, where is it really? So what will the mapping contain, right? That's a very important question. You will iterate. So there are two ways to think about it, right? So let's say you have 10,000 files. Are you going to have 10,000 keys and then, okay, what did I do? Right? Are you going to do, let's say, the first file, right? And are you going to store it in, okay, it's in db1.json, db0.json, sorry, right? Are you going to do this, or are you going to, so this, in this case, what will happen is, even though this will be O of 1, but if there are hundreds and thousands of files, this file is also going to be very huge, right? So what I will have to do is, what happened, OBS, Saurabh? All good? All good, sir? So what I should do here is this first option, right? And so what are the pros and cons for this, right? Let's think about it. We should not rush here. So the thing is, over here there can be hundreds, and so let's say there can be 100,000 keys, okay, which is probably not what I want. But then, yeah, I mean, there can definitely be these number of files, because what are these files really, right? What are these files? Let's talk about again. The first question is, are these files whenever the user inputs, then only you store it? No, right? Whenever you, so you, what you want is, you want whatever is in the DB, whenever that is stored, you will store that, right? So it could be any file in the folder. And in general, a folder contains like huge amount of files. If you can consider PyTorch source code, OpenCV source code, Linux kernel source code, right? I want it to be usable, right? So in that case, it will not make sense to even load this mapping.json in our DB. Sorry, in our. But then we can also do this mapping underscore 0.json with this, but I don't want to get into that rabbit hole. The other option that we have right now is having db underscore 0.json as one key, and that value, like for example, let me actually type it, right? So over here, the other option you have is, let's say db.0.json, then you store the list of files that are basically in db underscore 0.json. Let's say you have first file, you have second file, right? And so on and so forth. And over here, db1.json contains this file, and this file, right? So although it will not be O of 1, but it will still be the same, right? Because I can get a parent folder and I can do it. So let's say if I want db underscore new.rs, yeah, there's a lot of design. Okay, let's go with a simple one right now. This. So what I'm, by the way, what I'm going with is that what you go for, wait, is first, you have first file, where is it stored? Oh, it's in stored db0.json. You have second file, where is it stored? Okay, so this is how I'm going to go for it. Okay, so I will just iterate. So we will just do stored fs read to string, really string. Okay, can I parse it then? Okay, this is one thing I need to check. Cell.mapping file name, right? And what you want is cell.folder path, and what I want is format. Dun, da, 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 da. Yeah, I need to listen to that song. Guys, can you remind me later? What was that song? Do you guys remember Jajantaram Amantaram? Has anyone watched Jajantaram Amantaram ever? Anyone has ever watched Jajantaram Amantaram? Check this song. You will like it. I shared the song in the YouTube chat, by the way. Gumsum ho kyun aaj tum bolna bolna. It's a nice song. Yeah. Anyways, back to work. Awesome. So what we want is, we want to store this into a string, and then we want to pass it into a hash map, and then we want to load it. Okay, can I do that? Let data equal to gum sum okay. Aaj tum bolna bolna. Again, I need to check this with my friend. Meethi meethi si hai. Okay, how do I load a data from? Oh, actually, it's I can no. Oh, yeah, it's not really loading into hash map. It's like loading into Sunday JSON. Yeah. वाह, थैंक यू मोहित. देखो यार, सब कुछ करना चाहिए, गाते रहो. बाकी गाना अच्छा है, लेकिन वो ट्राई इट आउट. What I want is I want to load into a JSON instead of loading into. अरे yeah, there you go, right? So this is converting into a string. What I want is I want to load it. Yeah, there you go. See guys, see. Oh, we already had done it, but I just didn't remember. It's okay. Things happen. Okay, so what I want is I want to store this. Let mapping JSON equal to, we can say Sunday JSON and that's it. Mapping data. है माँ, अब अभी भी हो यहाँ पे, क्या कर रहे हो? एस्टर की ज़रूरत है नहीं, इज इट? थी, वो एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था, सॉरी. Unable to read serials well, yeah. Okay, can I also have format here and give some more information? Mapping file path, and I can just pass the path. La, 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 la. Actually, I should store it here. Hey, what happened? Oh shit, what did I do? Did I? Okay. Yeah, it's still there. I thought I got rid of the changes. Okay, so this is one thing what we have done. This is a string, so you also need to have unable to read the file into string file path, and you can also have format macro and have mapping file path here. Cool. सितारों की महफिल में गूंजेगा तराना, मैं आया हूँ लेके दिल का तराना, अरे दिल. Okay, this is done. What's the other, sir? Oh, type. Okay, this we will fix first. Let me get chat to my next pointer so that I can work on a single pointer for now. Okay. Awesome. What do we have? I keep forgetting which file am I at right now. Okay, mapping JSON. What's your problem, sir? Type annotations needed. You need a type annotation. I'll give you a type annotation. Wait. So it's gonna be a, yeah, this is a good question actually, because you, of course, you want to deserialize it into a struct. I want to store into a what did I have? DB type was hash map of string. Yeah, this time this is what is gonna look like, right? This is a very good question. I want it to be a string by string, right? Okay, it's gonna be a very simple. I don't like this. I definitely don't like this, guys. But why are we still doing it? Because we have to move forward. We can't just keep delaying our things. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna iterate, or I'm just gonna do mapping JSON dot get. I'm gonna say, can you get me current file path? Right? So what you're basically doing is you're trying to get the value out of it, right? I can actually do get or. This is interesting. So if you find it, you will have, yeah, let's not store a string. Let's just store an integer here. Yeah, this is one thing we can do. Use size. No, I think U32 is fine. Yeah. So what I'm basically gonna do is mapping JSON dot get current file path. If it's gonna, yeah, let's do this instead. Cool. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So over here you get or get mute नहीं चाहिए, get key value pair नहीं चाहिए मुझे, get ही चलेगा लगता है. But what if it's not found? What does it do? Server.base.get one. Okay, it does. Oh, it's an option. Yeah, it's an option of U32. Yeah. Why? Oh, yeah, it's okay. Cool. Yeah, so this is what I want. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that, okay, this value you got, and instead of doing this, we can just do if let some value equal to, let's just say index, then you do return index. Otherwise, you do return none, right? And this is gonna do option u size, is it? Yeah, of course, in that case, it will be some. No, 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 wait a minute. This is really bad. This is bad, right? If you didn't find the index, of course, then what you want to do is, yeah, let's just return mapping json.code. Yeah, no need. We can do unwrapping there. Okay. आज तुम बोलना बोलना हाँ. I so want to play some songs, but I don't think I'll be allowed to, given the number of subscribers I have. आँखों से छलके है होठों से. Okay, now this is done. So what this will do is it will give us the index, but now let db file index, right? So this is the index that we want to capture, and what we want to do is if let some db file index equal to, no, not this one. Awesome. Yeah, we are back. Sorry guys. Okay, so what do we have? Right, I think we are back. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, we are back. Okay, so what do we want? We got the index here, right? This is expected U32 found ampersand U. No, this is not a problem. I can just say current data. Yeah, this is something we will add later on, right? So once you found the index, right, what you want to do is then you want to do all this, right? This is good. Now what I want to do is I want to add this field current data, and I want to add this as a hash. No, current data is basically string, is it? What is current data? Oh, it's a DB type, right? It depends how you're storing it. अब explain कर दो. Explain यार, तुम्हें तो सब आता है. ये याद नहीं है. ये सब क्या चल रहा है? Okay. Let me explain this. Overview. Okay. Okay, let me do it actually. As you say, भाई अगर मोहित ने कहा है और अगर आप ना करो, that's not fair. Unused import. Just give me 1 second, bro. I need to clear this up. मुझे warnings दिखना ज़्यादा पसंद नहीं है. ठीक है. is defined in the module create DB of the current crate. Okay, I'm not sure it's defined somewhere else. Just give me 1 second. Let me quickly fix this. So what am I doing here? I'm doing path new exist that data buffer read to string mismatch type expected struct whatever font. Why are you okay. Yeah, right. So what? Just give me 1 second, bro. I want to fix this. I want to badly fix this. What I want to do is I want to do data buffers. So I need to load this, right? So how do you load? So basically you will have to do surday json dot where was it deserialize where was it? Yeah, from star, right? So let me just copy this. Cool. So instead of doing this, let's say uh, data, and that's it. And instead of doing the data buffers, which is Esther, I don't think what is, yeah, this is fine. Unable to read the file. Oh god, me switching back and forth from the split keyboard makes me type very slow sometimes. Cool, so this is done. What is your problem? Why are you doing this to me? This, what does it return? It returns a result string, right? So I can definitely do expect. Oh, I think it's just, yeah. Cool. Now what's the problem? Cool. Generally, don't look at the errors, right? Have this habit of holding on to your thoughts, right? Because sometimes these are very silly errors. So if you see all this time, the errors were basically because I was not having a return statement. So if I would panic and say that, okay, why is this not working? Why is this not working? I would have actually lost it. The basic way is to trust your gut if you have a good gut. I mean, trust your intent, right? Cool. Guys, if you're here, please make sure to like the channel and subscribe if you're new as well. By the way, I'm really sorry, I'm not really a YouTuber, so I keep forgetting to say this thing. And Mohit keeps asking me to explain this thing and give an overview, because there are some people who would prefer a YouTuber to actually explain what he's doing, which I'm not doing right now, I know. But the good part is that you can actually be independent and try to read the code and say that, yes, I did. I understood it myself. Guys, see, I'm trying to improve you all. Okay, but I'll just do it. What I want is I want to wrap this up. I want to quickly just check what is db.rs. What are the functions I'm missing right now? So the best way to do is using NeoVim's feature to open the chart. I have impl.db read, initdb is done. Append I need to do. Append, store and access. Store is very store is light. I don't need to really worry about it. Exists and return. That's one thing I will have to do. Why? Because if there's exist and return will be pretty straightforward, is it? Hmm. All right. Let me look at append function first, because append is going to be interesting. And of course, exist and return is not really a concern for us. Append is something that I want to do. So what is append basically doing is, right, it's trying to get the data, adding it to current data, is it? Oh no, it's basically appending to the file. Okay. Yeah, we'll take it up later then. This is a good start, I would say. I just want to make sure we are okay. Let me open the file dbnew.rs, right? This is the file, and let's get to a nice getbook. Yeah, awesome. What is this? Is defined in module. Why do you have this problem with me? Oh, it should be somewhere else. I'm pretty sure it should be somewhere else. Yeah, main.rs for sure. Okay, this is light. I don't need to worry about it. Oh yeah, the errors are because, of course, so it's basically the errors are coming from other files, whichever is using it. That's why there's not really an error. It's just saying that, hey, rock and roll soniye, role bande here. Okay. What's the, yeah, I want to go for FI. Nice. See? Rock and roll. Okay. Sorry. Okay, awesome. So basically, let me quickly explain, guys. Are you ready? An explanation. What I wanted to do was, right, so whenever you try to run this binary, it generates some data and I store it in the local system so that the next time any user runs the same query, they can fetch the same data. Okay, let me show you the data first so that you have an idea. Okay, so let's say, um, so this is the data that is generated, okay, using my git commands. If you see, it contains the file name for which the binary was called. It then generates the line number wise data. So these are the 5 commits it stores. Commit hash, author full name, origin file path, context file path, whatever, right? So over here, this is one entry, this is second entry and all of that, right? Okay. Now the problem over here is, right, already this file is very huge. It's literally huge. It's around 6,000 lines of code. Okay. Not really lines of code, but just basically data. Now this can get huge for a very small project as well. Let's say you have around 50 files in your folder. This could get huge. And this is just for a project which only had 7 files. And right now I'm choosing JSONDB as a choice because it's very easy and I didn't want to overcomplicate this. Right? Depending on how it will be used in the future, I will probably go for Redis. But we'll see. I don't have much experience with that, so it's a good learning for me as well. Right? Now, having a file, let me actually show you the file. If you see, it's already 176 kilobytes, right? That means it's closing into like 1 megabytes of memory very soon, right? And I can assume once you have a project of, let's say, 1,000 files, it can actually go to 25 MB or something, right? And loading a JSON file of 25 MB into memory is not something I wanted, because every time you run the binary, it's going to load the binary. It's going to load this file. That's a prerequisite. Okay. So my idea was, why should I store all the data into the single file? Because let's say if you have multiple projects, I don't want to be like, okay, yeah, this will work like this. And especially, yeah, so that's mostly it, right? And there's one more concern over here, that there are a couple of projects that could have the same file name, which we have not considered yet. So ideally, you should always have different files for each project, right? Like, I mean, different database for each project. So that's the idea, and the best way to do it probably is storing in the same folder and doing it, right? That's what we have been doing so far. We were designing the whole database to make sure that this works when we want to scale it. We are not there yet. We are not close, but I do think that's what we wanted to do. So what I'm basically trying to do is, okay, this time you just say that db underscore 0.json, db underscore 1.json, you split the db, right? Instead of having a single db containing the whole data. So, right, that's what I'm doing. And database sharding is what you could call it, but not really that complex. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, this is more Rust. I will not get into details right now. I'll just create a PR first before I forget. Git checkout -b push. Probably I'll just call it. What do you wanna call it? What do you wanna call it? Wait, there. Let's actually go to the DB redesign, right? Git checkout -b live DB read sharding. Rock and roll Sony, role bande here. Okay, yeah, init db sharding from livestream. And cool. I'll just push create a PR and make sure it's there. If you guys want to see the changes what I've done, you guys are most welcome. Okay, what I want, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? Yeah, I just paste the live stream link here. But there's a very critical thing I have not addressed so far is it could have multiple projects. And that's one thing I'll just probably close this pull request. Right, and what else do we have? Commit to create a PR and add design stuff. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I had thought actually, to be honest. Like, it will, I'm still thinking about it. I will think over about this for a day or so and then then take a decision. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining in. I think we have done a more than an hour stream. Mohit, do you want to play CSGO, bro? Oh, sorry, CS2. If you're fine, we can play. Otherwise, we can. Sorry. I'm tired, yeah, I'm tired. 1 hour of total stream is too much for me. I don't think I'm really. CS2, yeah, CS2. सॉरी, मुझसे गलती हो गई, मुझे माफ़ कर दो मोहित. आगे से नहीं करूँगा, ठीक है? मुझको राणा जी माफ़ करना, गलती मारे से हो गई. छत पे सोया था बहनोई, मैं तन्ने समझ के सो गई. Nice. We need to do a lot of this. I mean, there's so much left. I don't think so we'll be able to release this before the end of the year. It's a lot of work, guys. We will see what we can do. मोहित बता, खेलना है नहीं खेलना है? हारना है नहीं हारना है भाई, बताओ जल्दी बताओ. एंड यू वांट टू प्ले इट ऑन स्ट्रीम? ऑफ स्ट्रीम खेलते हैं ना, रेस्ट करते करते. अभी तो तबीयत ख़राब है, मे बी यू हैव रेस्ट. आ जाओ, ओके, आ जाओ. चलो स्ट्रीम पे खेलें, ऑफ स्ट्रीम खेलें, जल्दी बताओ, क्विकली, तुरंत. ऑफ स्ट्रीम खेलते हैं, हाँ. डिस्कॉर्ड आना है तो ऑफ स्ट्रीम खेलते हैं. ऑफ, ओके ओके ओके. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining in. La Vida France, La Vida Bangalore. Take care. Thank you so much for joining in. Jai Shri Ram.